cars and getting work from the homie, and you know what I'm saying, from that to him, like, he'll beat spots and we want to pull up and he curve us, you feel me? You know, Def Jam, at that point, Def Jam was scarred. They didn't want no more people that coming through their offices that can potentially, they get, you know what I'm saying, caught up with the feds with. So they was pressuring Jezzy. I didn't know at the time. I'm on my, man, we done gave this dude money and I produced the records and he ain't clearing them, f him. But I can say he got away from us as far as, like, you know, at that point when he started rolling, his career started going like this, he was told to not affiliate with us like that. You know what I'm saying? He was told that.
Now, this is where we get into one of the most dramatic parts of Blue Da Vinci's testimony. The moment where things allegedly went from words to bullets. Because listen, it's one thing to claim somebody was cooperating and turning cars over. It's another thing entirely when you bring guns, showing up in person, and confrontation into the picture. That's when theories turn into real conflict. And Blue says on one occasion, he drove up to meet with Jezzy to confront him. And what was supposed to be a discussion actually turned into a shootout. So in this next clip, you'll hear exactly how Blue describes that moment, how he got to Jezzy, what sparked it, how things escalated, and how this eventually led to him believing that Jezzy was in fact cooperating. Let's roll the clip.
And I talked to him like, bro, where you at? I'm just finna pull up. I left my tour route and drove the bus all the way to Miami to go have a conversation with Jezzy about the record being signed off. And that's when that shootout happened that I was just talking about previously. I went to talk to him about that record. That's what the conversation was about. I was coming to meet him and confront him about the shit with all of this shit with me. And as soon as we start talking, Tula was walking down the street with dreads and they're like, oh shit, there go Jezzy, dog. And the other nigga like, oh, and Blue, that's Jezzy and Blue, nigga, that's BMF right there, nigga. Oh, bro, let us get a picture. And then my little cousin twin, big twin, he like, oh, nigga, they ain't taking no picture. You see they trying to talk. So the little like, well, and then the twin fired him. Boom. And that's what started that shit that ended up to the shootout. And me and him never talked about the record right there because that fight turned into a shootout, turned into we all ran, turned into Jezzy got locked up for the gun. And then later on, Jezzy went back to have a polygraph test about that situation. That was all about that day I went to meet him to talk about why he ain't signed off on my record with me, him, and Jezzy, and they pulled it from the radio. And I believe he couldn't because the feds had jacked him and told him, nigga, if you help these niggas, and the same reason why he couldn't do the deal with us. Same reason why he couldn't put his name on the contract, because the contract ensues help to BMF, and they struck his ass down and told him they were going to put your ass in prison if you continue to help Big Meech and Blue in that BMF shit. You're going to fully pull away from that shit. Like, there ain't nobody else stopped quitting the mob. He the only in history that just stopped claiming the mob.
So there you have it. That's the story that's got the streets and internet buzzing right now. We started with an alleged FBI agent claiming that Jezzy cooperated and avoided a RICO indictment. We've looked at Jezzy's own words about how deep he was in the streets and why BMF would even want to work with him in the first place. We've heard from Blue Da Vinci, someone who's been calling Jezzy out for years, detailing everything from the cars to the record dispute, all the way to the shootout that led to him believing Jezzy cooperated. Now, whether you believe Jezzy ever cooperated or not is totally up to you.